Is Larry here. I'm just changing my setup for this week because I'm doing a bunch of planning for back to school and I just need more you can't see me, but there's like a desk here, so it's just easier to plan that way. So that's why I've changed my setup, but you guys can see the lovely art that my students did for me at the end of the show where they all signed it, and that's one of my bookshelves. So, but this will be this filming setup for at least this week. I may go back to my other filming setup for some of my other videos, but this is just where I'm setting up right now. But yeah, so I did wind up finishing Don't Say a Word by Amberlina Choss in my last reading vlog, and I did wind up picking up Everblaze by Shannon Messenger, and I actually was like 24 pages into this book when I started, and now I'm on page 84. I read these books so fast. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving being back in this world. I'm loving the characters. I'm loving the complexity of the story. I know that everything tries to be the next Harry Potter, but this book has the complexity to rival Harry Potter and how complicated the story and the world building is, and I'm really enjoying it. So this is what I'm currently on. I'm on page 84. I didn't wind up listening to anything today because it rained all day and I wasn't going to go for a bike ride. So tomorrow I hope to listen to 6 chapters of Tower of Dawn. So at least I could be caught up. I'm going to do a bunch of planning tonight because I spent the day going to appointments, and then I went to go see The Art of Racing the Rain with Milo Ventimiglia and Amanda Seyfried, which was really, really fun. A very, very nice movie. A little bit emotional, I'll say that. And I don't normally cry in media, so it was sad, but it was really, really good. But yeah, I think I mentioned it in my other video. If I happen to have any theater teachers watching these are the books that I'm pulling all my materials for, and oh my god, these books are like a lifesaver. I wish I would have just opened these books up last year when I was planning, but that did not happen. But yeah, so my plan of attack tonight is to plan probably for the rest of the evening and then maybe dive into a show or two. But yeah, that's my plan, and I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. I'm back. It is August 24th, which means I officially have one full week off before I go back to work, and I am going to utilize it as much as I can to both prep for school, read a lot, and just relax. So yeah, I did actually wind up listening to about 5 chapters of Tower of Dawn, or maybe like 4 chapters of Tower of Dawn. I'm in the middle of listening to it. And I did wind up getting up to page 142 of Keeper of the Lost Cities, Everblaze. Guys, this book is just so well done. I love how it just keeps expanding the world and keeps introducing different facets of this world. Even looking back on Harry Potter, like every book always tackled something new and it always expanded the world. This book does it even in just like a different way. Like there's so many different facets of this world that I'm just so connected to. I'm really loving all the characters. The character dynamics are really interesting. There was a chapter at the start that makes me think that something's gonna happen to a relationship in this book, and I'm a little bit nervous about it to see how that turns out and who that person might be. But oh my god, if you are looking for a fast-paced adventure story that has complicated characters and such well-crafted world building, I highly recommend you check out Everblaze, Keeper of the Lost Cities, but this book is through it and I'm really enjoying it. I am going to spend today making a ton of content for you guys. That is my plan. I have my trusty Owl Crate planner here, and I'm going to figure out my TBR for next month, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, so I'll talk to you guys probably later this evening for another update. Bye. It's actually it's August 25th. And I didn't wind up updating last night because I wound up finishing watching 13 Reasons Why Season 2, and then I started Season 3. It's very, very interesting, but very, very confusing because there's a lot of different plot lines that I'm not necessarily following, but I am intrigued. So that's interesting. And I really do like the show, so that's good. But I went to the city today and I met up with my friend, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. She used to actually be a co-blogger on my site. But I haven't seen her since my birthday, so I met up with her. We went to the Barnes & Noble blowout sale, and I got a couple of books, and she gave me my birthday presents. But the way that the trains worked is I had a ridiculously long commute. I had to go backwards and then forwards 2 different times, so I had a lot of reading time. So I think when I left you guys, I was on page 142, and now I'm on page 454. I'm 72% done with this book. And at this point, I'm so intrigued. I just really, really want to finish this book tonight and just tackle it. So I might just actually do that. But this book is just so interesting. It throws twists and turns that you like don't expect. And there's not clear heroes and villains in this story because everyone is really portrayed in like shades of gray, and I really love that in my middle grade stories because normally there's like a very, very clear good guy and there's a very, very clear bad guy, but this book has a lot of shades of gray and you're just kind of wondering like who really is the bad guy in their world. And I'm really, really loving it. I'm loving the character dynamics. In every book you kind of get a different like focus of group of characters that you're focusing on, or like characters that you see more. And the way that this book is broken up is you have Sophie, you have Fitz and his sister. So you have Sophie, you have Fitz and his sister, and then you have Keith and Dex, and those are like the main like 5 characters. And in the first book, it was very focused on Sophie and Fitz. In the second book, it was very focused on Sophie and Dex, and in the third book, it's really focused on Sophie and Keith. So like every book is like kind of like a different pairing that you see like a lot of, and I'm really liking that because you get to like understand these characters in like a new and different way. And the the family dynamics in the story is like so fascinating because normally when you read like YA literature, like the parents just don't exist, or if they do exist, they're kind of terrible and like the kids have to save the world. But this story is like very different because clearly Sophie is like a hero type character because she has these abilities that aren't common in her world, but she still has people trying to protect her. So I really like that dynamic. She's like a bodyguard, and it's a really fun, fast-paced story. Like I feel like even if you have like these books are big. Like this book is like I think this book is like 600 pages, but I feel like it's like a very, very fast-paced story. So even if you have like reluctant readers, I would even give it to them because I feel like it would be a very fast-paced adventure story. I'm really liking it, and I'm 32. But I think kids would like it as well. But yes, I'm gonna hopefully, I don't know, I haven't decided if I'm gonna film my book haul tonight. I might because I have quite a few books to show you. But I also did film like a lot of content for you guys, and I'm done until like the end of September. But yeah, I'm also going to make like a posting video probably like next week, and I'll post it on like Sunday night. So just to tell you guys what to expect for the fall. But yeah, that's my update, and I'm going to hope to update you guys before I go to bed, and hopefully I'll be like pretty substantially into this book or done with it. But I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. I'm back. I actually did wind up reading 100 more pages of Everblaze, and now I'm on page 506. This book ends on 606, but this book is getting so complicated. Loyalties are changing, characters are doing objects, the government is getting highly involved, and I am so hooked. I like cannot read this book fast enough. Yeah, I'm really liking it. I cannot wait to see what happens next. This book is becoming very like political. And when was this book written? This book was written in 2014. This is when it was first published, but it still has so many political like undertones, and living in the world we are now, you can see like how this could tie in today's world. But it's a really compelling read, a very, very complicated read. It deals with politics, friendship, family dynamics. This part, especially, I do a lot of it. It also like kicks you in the emotions a little bit, especially because you feel so invested in these characters. I don't know how invested I'm gonna feel like when I get to book 9 in the series, but right now I'm really invested. This is only book 3. I'm definitely gonna finish this book tonight, I can tell you. So I'm really excited to complete it, and I'll come back when I'm done. Talk to you guys later. Bye. This is Lori here. I'm back. I did wind up finishing Everblaze, Keeper of the Lost Cities, or Keeper of the Lost Cities, Everblaze. Guys, this book was so good. So many unexpected twists and turns. I need like the 4th book right now, and I do have it on my TBR. This book was great. This is my first 5-star read of this series. I just thought the ending was so well crafted, so hard to predict. The parents in this book just blow me away every single time, and I'm really enjoying their dynamics. I'm loving the kid dynamics. I have a feeling next book will like combine all the mini groups we've seen in the other books. But guys, I'm so loving this book. I think it's going to change the dynamics of the series, which I'm really enjoying. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's like a setting that's been seen, and the setting changes a little bit in the next book, I'm guessing. But yeah, I'm really, really excited. And this one is definitely my first 5-star read in this series. I'm not gonna start this today, but I am gonna read The Air and the Spare by Emily Albright. Um and I think this is set in England and it's like a royal retelling, so I'm really excited about that. I think she's secretly loyal and he's secretly loyal. It just sounds really, really cute, and it's a rather quick read, so hopefully we're supposed to go to the beach tomorrow. So I'm going to bring this and maybe another book and read these on the beach. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for another update. Bye. I'm back. It's actually August 26th. But I just wanted to check back in and say that last night I did wind up finishing Everblaze by Shanna Messenger, and then I moved on to The Air and the Spare, which I told you guys last night. I actually did start reading it. I got up to page like 36. I really am liking this book. It's really, really cute. There's some of my favorite elements in contemporary are like a list or like a scavenger hunt of some type, and that book does have this. It's set in England, which I adore. It has a royal, there's this girl named Evie. She gets thrown into this group of friends because she lives near them, and then one member in their posse is a prince. And it's just really, really fun. It's a really, really quick read too. This book is like a little bit over, it's like not even 300 pages, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it will be a very, very, very quick read. I actually have to run to the library and drop off some library books and maybe get some new ones. It just depends on what's there. I always like to have a library book out in the world, or out into me, so I can make myself go back. All right, but when I come back, I'll check in with you guys, and I'll tell you guys what I picked up and what I didn't pick up, and I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. So yeah, I'm back. So the beach is out today. We're not gonna go to the beach because it's just too cold. But I did wind up going to the library and I picked up 3 books. I picked up Truly, Madly, Royally, and this is from Point, I think. And it's just a royal themed novel. And I'm reading one right now, and it seems like it will be a very, very short read. And I hope that I enjoy it. And then as the lady was checking this back in, I picked it up. This is a harder one because I only have it for 14 days, so I'm going to have to read it faster. This is an adult book. This is the only book by Jay Kristoff that I would have read by himself. I have read all his books with Amy Kaufman, but never anything by himself. I heard that this book is very, very bloody and very, very gory, but very, very good. So hopefully I like it. And then I wound up picking up Forever Neverland, and this follows the grandchildren of Wendy Darling, and that's all I needed to know, and I wound up picking it up. So hopefully I like it. I'm going to do a bunch of planning today while I have the day off, and then I wound up making some more progress on The Air and the Spare, and I'm now on page 85. I'm really liking the trajectory of this book. I'm loving how we're going sightseeing in London because I was in London like a couple of years back, so it's nice to see. I really loved Edmund as a main character. He's so sweet. He's like a cinnamon roll. I really, really like him, and I'm really curious to see where the scavenger hunt goes. I'm curious to see if it's going to be as predictable as I'm expecting or if there's going to be some surprises, but so far I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to go to work, and I'll come back when I'm ready to spend the evening reading, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. And I did actually wind up reading a little bit of The Air and the Spare, just a little bit. I'm now on page 88 on it, but I'm definitely going to read a lot more tonight. But I am making some more progress on my work for school. I'm now up to the ancient Greek, like the theater history packet that I've always wanted to make for my students, and have the time now, so I'm actually enjoying it. And I'm actually going to go for a bike ride. I went for one earlier, but while I have the time and I'm able to go for bike rides, I do want to. It's a little bit chillier than I normally go for bike rides, but you know what? It's a beautiful day. So I'm going to go for a bike ride, come back, and hopefully my goal is to, by the end of tonight, is to have finished the theater history packet. And then by the time I'm done with that, I will go back and reading The Air and the Spare. It's actually a really, really quick read. Like, I'm about 88 pages in, and if I come back, I'll probably be like another 50 pages in. This is a doable read to finish in the next couple of days. But I'll talk to you guys when I come back for another update. Bye. Just checking back in. I did forget to mention earlier that I did actually wind up finishing Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. I really did like it. It's definitely my favorite book in that series, and the reveal that I was like expecting finally happened, so I'm actually really excited about that, and I'm excited to see how all my characters come together for Kingdom of Ash, which I will hopefully start reading this week. I know that I did say I'm definitely going to read at some point tonight, but I'm on a roll with my planning, and I just don't want to like not finish it because it's just going to bother me, so I don't know how much long. It's like right now it's like 7, so I might take like a 20-minute break and then go back to work because I'm like so close. And school literally does start next week. We're waiting to know when we can go and like go to school to like start prepping, but I have a lot of stuff I still gotta get done. So, and tomorrow I have to go to a bunch of doctor's appointments. So it's not gonna be a straight working day that today was. But yeah, so that's my plan of attack. I'm gonna take like a couple minutes, go get something to eat, and then I'm probably gonna go back to my job, back to my work. But I'll definitely read it later in the evening. I just don't know when. But I'll give you guys an update when I get to that point. Bye. Here, I'm back. I just wanted to do a small update that I did wind up listening to like 6 chapters of Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. That is the book for the Time Warp YA book club for next month, but it has like 122 chapters, so if I don't start reading it today, I probably won't finish it in a month because it's just massive. But I am really liking it. I'm happy that all the characters are kind of back together and we're seeing them together. I'm curious to see where that book goes, and I'm trying so hard to avoid spoilers. And I did actually get to page 160 in The Heir and the Spare. I was really hoping that I could finish the rest of this last night. That just didn't happen. I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work yesterday, so it's possible I won't even finish it today. But I have high hopes. We got to a nice climax point. I would say, like, you know, we're seeing like how these characters are. They are still keeping secrets, so I'll be curious to see how that affects the storyline. But I definitely want to keep reading, and I'll probably read a little bit more later. But now I'm gonna go back to work and hopefully finish making the packet I was trying to make last night. I was gonna make it last night, but then I just got too tired and like fell asleep. So back to work and go. Talk to you guys later. Bye. I'm back. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit softer. I had to go get like a vocal check. Because those that have been following my channel all year long know that I lost my voice like 9 times last year, and they just wanted to make sure that it was typical talking and not like a problem. So I don't know when my full voice is going to come back. Hopefully by the end of the night, that'd be nice. But I just wanted to let you know what I've been reading. I did make some progress on The Heir and the Spare, and I'm now on page 225, which according to Goodreads is I'm 75% done with this book. It's a really, really fast-paced read. I'm really liking the book. It's not my favorite, but I really do like Edmund. I think he's great. I think he's such a fun character. I'm liking the quest elements that was in this book. I'm liking the group of friends that we're meeting. I'm loving how the book is set in England because they go to a lot of places that I've heard of. I just think it's a very, very charming, fun royal read, and I'm really enjoying it. I like that this book is like set in college, so that's like a different book. I don't often read a lot of books set in college. I always read like high school, camp, or like boarding school. Like I don't really ever read college, so I sometimes forget that they're like young adults and they're in college. But I'm really, really enjoying it, and I'm definitely hope to finish this book tonight. I still have a bunch of work I gotta do. I did officially get confirmation that I can go back to my job on Thursday and start setting up, but the only way that's gonna work is if I get some work done. So I will hopefully check in with you guys when I go back to reading. My goal is to finish The Heir and the Spare tonight, which I think is very, very doable. This book is only like 300 pages. I'm already on page 224, so I think it's very, very doable. And I'll be sure to give you guys an update when I'm done. Bye, guys. It's Larry here. I'm back. I just wanted to do a small update. I did wind up finishing The Heir and the Spare last night. I thought it was really, really cute. I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was an unexpected but kind of predictable at some moments royal story. I like that the book was set in a college setting. Well, I think it was a college setting, which you don't often see in YA. I like that there was a hint of a mystery. I really like the romantic lead. And it was just, I really like the fun group of characters. I would give this book like a 3.5 read. I really enjoyed the scavenger hunt. It was predictable at points, but you know what? That's okay. And I wound up really, really liking it. I was originally going to start Nevernight by J. Kristoff, but I'm not feeling my best, so my focus is a little bit off. So I did decide to pick up The Tiger Queen by Annie Sullivan. And I read about 20 pages, and I'm really actually enjoying it. It's kind of a quick read, too. I got this at BEA, and it comes out in September. So I think I'm going to probably read this. As I said, I'm not feeling my best, but I'm going to try to get as much work done as I can. But yeah, so I'll definitely update you guys when I read or when I get around to reading today. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. I'm checking back in. I did a lot of planning for school today. I was not feeling my best, so I didn't really do anything crazy. I didn't even read a lot. I was just kind of focusing on what I was doing because tomorrow is the first day that my school lets the teachers go back to school. So I have like to run a bunch of errands tomorrow. I have to go for my first physical therapy appointment for my lovely knees. I'm mostly doing that because I'm going to Comic-Con in the beginning of October for a few days, and I always whatever injuries I have always like exasperate them because I'm always carrying a lot of books and I'm running and I'm walking a lot. So I wanted to waylay any issues by going back to physical therapy if I needed to. And then I'm going to back to school, hopefully getting my class schedule. So to find out who I'm actually teaching this year, which would be great. And then I have to go to like a materials for the arts. It's like where teachers get free supplies, which I'm really excited about. And I was there once. I thought my cousin was coming with me, but I'm not sure. So I made a little bit of progress on the Tiger Queen, but I'm really enjoying it. I wish I was like in a better feeling mood because I probably would have read a lot more of it. But I did get a lot of planning done, and I'm gonna definitely read this on the train tomorrow. So, but I'm also gonna go back and read. I don't know what I'm gonna watch tonight. I might watch a couple episodes of Agent Carter, because I'm a little bit farther behind than I would like. But yeah, that's my plan, and I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Flurry here. I'm back. I did spend the whole day going back to work. No one was there, so like I didn't do a lot, but like I like went to my job. I like saw my office and my classroom, which was nice. Like it looks like a bomb hit it, but it's okay. And then I did some shopping. Went to go see a friend, which was very nice. It was not how I thought the day was gonna go, and I don't know if I'm gonna go back tomorrow. Honestly, I'm undecided, but I could go back tomorrow. But I did make a little bit more progress on About the Tiger Queen by Annie Sullivan. I'm actually really, really liking this book. I love books that are set in like unique settings, and this is definitely a type of that. Basically follows this girl named Princess Katari, I think. I could be saying that wrong, so you might want to look it up on like Audible. Whenever this is an early arc. I got this at BEA. But it basically follows this girl named Katari. She lives in like a desert. And there's a water shortage, and she is hoping to be the next queen, but for her to be queen, she has to beat all of these gentlemen, and if she winds up losing, then she has to marry these gentlemen, and she's put up against someone that she doesn't think she's going to win, so she goes on an adventure trying to find someone that will make her the best, and so far I'm really, really liking it. It's definitely like a very, very quick read. I'm ready on page 94. And I would really love to read this before the end of the month, which is tomorrow, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read. I had some physical therapy today for my knee, and it's made me like a little bit sore. So hopefully I can relax and just read for a little bit, and then make up some decisions for tomorrow. But yeah, I'll definitely update you guys tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna film my end of the month reading wrap up, which is exciting, and my TBR for September, which I'm also really excited to share with you guys. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for another update. Bye. I'm back. It is actually Friday, August 30th. And I actually did make some progress on Tiger Queen by Annie Sullivan. I don't think I mentioned this in a previous video, but I did wind up getting a new laptop, and I'm just waiting until this reading vlog is done so I can change everything over. But I really am loving this book. I'm about 68% through it. I'm really loving the main character. It's a really, really fun, fast-paced read. I'm just really enjoying this. It's definitely like a fantasy world, but you know, there's definitely a lot of fighting in it, but I wouldn't say it's like magical yet. But I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm gonna hope to tackle a little bit more tonight and film some videos for you guys. But yeah, I'll definitely check back in when I'm done, and I really hope to tackle the rest of this tonight. But I'm really enjoying it, and this is the first book that I'm reading by Annie Sullivan, but I'm definitely really liking it. I'm back. I just wanted to do a small like actual talking update about this book. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving that there's a female main character. I'm loving the setting of this book, which I think is like such a lush read. I've been reading a lot of like lush worlds. And I'm just really liking the main character and her dynamics. I'm loving the cast of characters that we're getting, because this cast of characters are like actually like pretty big, and that was an issue that I had with the Spin the Dawn book, because I really, really loved it. I thought it was like such like a luscious read, the world, but there was no characters other than the lead character that I could feel like emotionally connected to. There definitely is hints of a romance in this book that I'm really enjoying. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Tiger Queen right now. I think I'm going to go and I'm going to read, hopefully tackle the rest of this. I'm behind on watching booktube videos again. And then once I finish this, I think I'm going to finish my content for you guys for the next couple of weeks. And then I'm going to switch everything over to my new laptop. So that's the plan right now. I did go to school today for like an hour or so just to drop some stuff off. And I'm actually officially, like, we have to report Tuesday for our first day of school, but the kids don't come until Thursday. So we have 2 days off, which is nice. And to see people you haven't seen in like a whole summer, which is nice. Figure out who I'm teaching is also going to be nice. But yeah, so I'm just going to enjoy my last kind of weekend off without work. I'm going to get a lot of reading done, and I'm still debating if I'm going to do a readathon on Monday. It just depends on like timing wise and what I actually accomplish, but that's kind of the plan. So that might be its own reading vlog. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Checking back in. It is about 7:38. I took a shower because it's a little bit hot here in New York. And I did wind up making some much more progress on The Tiger Queen by Annie Sullivan. I have to admit, this book is not going the direction I thought it was going to go, but you know what? I'm really loving it. I'm loving that this world is really about a strong female character. This book reminds me a lot of Arya Stark. This character reminds me a lot of Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. A lot like her. And I'm liking that magic or magical powers are not like the focus of this. It's really about her strength and her ability to fight that is making her a queen. I'm loving the government deception in this book. I'm loving the setting that we're in. I'm loving the use of water as like a bargaining tactic. I'm loving the elements of romance that I didn't like expect, and the way that the romance went. I really like that. I really am loving the large cast of characters that they all make me like want to be like, oh my god, I want more of these people. The villains are really, really evil. I'm really loving this book. I really am loving it. There's nothing that would make this book better. I mean, I'm really, really enjoying this. Such a solid read. And I'm going to go dive in and finish the last, 20 pages. But I just had to come in and tell you guys that I'm really liking it. I'm really curious to see if this is a standalone or not. I guess that will tell me at the end of this book if it's going to be a standalone. But I'm really liking it. So I'll have to check back in when I'm done. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Hi guys, Laurie here. I'm back. I did wind up finishing Tiger Queen by Annie Sullivan. Definitely really, really enjoyed this book. Definitely one of my favorite reads of the month. I'm going to say this is another 5-star read for me. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was such a solid standalone, which is why I was waiting to give it like a rating and a review. But such a solid standalone. Very rarely do you find standalones that tell a complete story that are really like a full story that you don't feel like you need more. And I love this world. I love these characters. So I would love more because I'm just invested in them. But boy, it was just such a solid story. I definitely have to go back and read her other One Touch of Gold. But oh my god, this book was so good. So good. If you're looking for kind of like a book to lead you in to fall, like this is definitely like a summer read. But oh my god, it was so good. So good. Definitely one of my favorite reads of the month. I'll be posting my review closer to when it comes out. And then I'm going to be better about reading my Owl Crate books. And I'm going to start A House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. And I think this has to do with a bunch of sisters. That it takes place in like a mansion, and then there's a bunch of murder, I think, that happens. This is a book I'm going to start. I'm going to hopefully read it as I'm watching some booktube videos, and then tomorrow I'm going to finish filming my booktube videos. But yeah, that's my plans, and I will be sure to update you guys when I make a little bit more progress. This cool back has like an octopus on it. But yeah, that's my plans for the evening, and I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. I'm just checking back in. I just wanted to tell you guys my progress. I'm now on page 34 of A House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. And I did hear on like various channels like Owl Create Society and a couple of the reading groups I am that this is a very, very fast-paced read. And I totally agree. It's a very, very fast-paced read. It's very, very eerie and creepy. I'm loving the setting. But it basically follows this group, this family, this group of sisters, and there's originally 12 of them, but throughout their lives, a lot of bad things have happened. There's been a lot of death over the past couple of years, and now they're dealing with the death of their sister. So they're kind of in that period. But this death doesn't seem quite right now. There's a lot of sisters, and I think a couple of people also said this, so I would have liked like a family tree at the start to just tell you who's who, because there's a lot of like, there's a group of like triplets, and then there's a group of like people that are like, so I would just want to know like a small reminder who's who in like age, and who's actually dead, which would be helpful. But I'm really intrigued. Like, it definitely has a more like historical fiction vibe, but definitely like fairy tale elements too. I can see a Little Mermaid in here. I could see like dancing elements, but I'm really liking it. I'm now on page 34. I would like to read a little bit more before I go to bed. And then probably tomorrow I'll probably come back on and I'll probably like finish this reading vlog and then start a new one for next week. But yeah, if I make any more like a lot of progress, I'll definitely update you guys before I go to bed. But if not, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. It's Larry here. I'm back. It is August 31st. It is the last day of September. So I'm trying to do as much organizing and bookish things that I can for you guys. Gonna film a lot of videos and finally swap over all my stuff for my new laptop, but I have to go run some massive errands. This is the last like real weekend that I have off, so I'm trying to get done all the stuff that I know that I won't have time to do in the next couple of weeks just because school's going to be taking up a lot of my time. But I did make some progress last night. I read about 50 pages of Houses of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. This is the August Owl Crate book. I'm actually really liking it. It's a very, very fast-paced read. I'm loving the mansion setting. I'm loving like the island that they're on. There's a very, very big cast of characters. A lot of them are girls, so I sometimes get a little bit confused like who is who, but I really do like the main character and I'm curious to keep reading. I really would love to tackle this before I go back to school. I'm hopeful, but we will see how much reading I get done. I know I have to film my end of August reading wrap up. I have to film my September TBR. I have to film a couple of other videos for the end of the month. And then I want to start switching everything over to my computer and do all my Instagram posts and stuff like that. So today's going to be a little bit of a busy day. I also have some errands I have to run. So when I'm done with all my errands and I'm home for the day, I will check back in with you guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Here, I'm back, well, from part one of my errands. But I did wind up making a little bit of reading progress on the House of Salt and Sorrow. I'm now on page 70. The mystery is getting a little bit interesting, and I'm really liking the family dynamics in this world. The oldest child can inherit no matter like what happens. You know, like if there's a boy born later, if the oldest person is a girl, she still inherits, which I think is something very common that happens in YA fantasy. So I'm really, really liking that. And I'm thinking the mystery is getting a little bit more interesting. I really am liking all the girl characters that we're meeting. Some boys are being introduced, which is really, really fun. I really do like the dad character. But yeah, so that's my thoughts right now. This is like, I agree with everyone that said that this is like a super, super fast-paced read. Like, if I really wanted to, I could probably sit down and like tackle it. It's very, very compelling. It's like a very, very fast-paced story that keeps you very, very engaged in the reading. I did something to my bike yesterday, so I have to actually go up to the bike shop and get it fixed. But I did wind up listening to like 6 chapters of Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I am liking it. I struggle with books that have a lot of big cast of characters. Eventually, I'm probably going to have to physically read this book at some point, but I am liking what I'm seeing in all the characters. It's very, very compelling. So once I get back from my fixing my bike and my bike ride, I'll definitely let you guys know how much more I made on my book and on my podcast that I'm listening to. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later for another update.